I was shaving this morning, shaving with a disposable razor. And suddenly, I thought of my dad. I wondered, what would I be doing right now if it were 40 years ago? What if it wasn't 1994, but 1954, and I'm my own dad? And I imagine myself going downstairs, and there's my wife. She's not racing to meet the carpool, no. She's making me breakfast. And she's got a gingham apron on. She's making me bacon and eggs, which I eat with tremendous pleasure because I've never even heard of cholesterol before. And here are my children sitting at my 1954 breakfast table, and they're well behaved and well dressed. In fact, my son is wearing a necktie. I'm wearing a necktie. I pick up the morning newspaper. All the news is good. We've won the war in Korea. They found a cure for polio. Employment's up. Housing's up. Everybody's happy. I own my own home. I own my own car that I wash every single Saturday. I love my wife. I like baseball. I believe in the president. And I pray to God in a place called church. No drugs. No drugs anywhere. The only people doing drugs in 1954 are William Burroughs and Allen Ginsberg. No one's complaining. We're not hearing about women's rights and homosexual rights and minorities' rights and immigrants' rights. No victims. No sexual harassment. No worries about the environment. The environment is just fine, thank you. No therapists. No 12-step groups. No marches on Washington. No homeless people. No AIDS. Just good old-fashioned values like honesty and hard work and bravery and fidelity. And that's it. It's America 40 years ago. Everybody's working. Everybody's straight. Everybody's happy. And I thought to myself, what a wonderful world that must have been. A world without problems. I would love to be there right now. And then I remembered a terrible nightmare that I'd like to tell you about. Now, let me tell you about this nightmare. It's the middle of the night. I'm in bed, of course. Who shows up in my bedroom? But Bill Clinton. As I said, it's a nightmare. He takes my hand and he says, "Come with me." And we float out the window and into the night air and down to the street, and we drop into an open manhole, and we're walking around in the sewers, Bill and I. And I'm thinking, I never trusted this guy. Where is he taking me? We walk and we walk and we walk and we walk, and we come to this big cave. And in this cave, there are all these people lying around on mattresses, smoking things, pot, crack, hashish, opium, whatever these people smoke. And through the haze, I see all these familiar faces. Oh, there's Whoopi Goldberg reading the Communist Manifesto. And there's Ralph Nader bitching about something. And Susan Sarandon and Tim Robbins leading a peace rally. And Roseanne Arnold is having sex with Madonna. And Ice-T and Ice Cube and Vanilla Ice and all the other pieces of ice and all the troublemakers and commies and lefties and people with green hair and tattoos and goatees and rings through their noses and rings through their nipples and rings through their penises. And some of them are marching around protesting something. There's another bunch of them counting their food stamps and their welfare checks right in front of me. A bunch of idiots are watching Beavis and Butthead on MTV. And I'm horrified. And I turned to Bill and I said, Bill, where are we? I'm frightened. And he said, don't you know? And I said, no. Hell? And he laughed and he said, no, of course not. This isn't hell. Look around you. Don't you recognize this place? This is America, 1994. Better get used to it. Let's go to commercial.